So ladies and gentlemen, my topic is comfort kills more dreams than failure ever did. When I was a child, it was in late 70s, my grandfather told me a story. All of us, we were sitting together. That time he told us a story of his college days. He had a senior in Government Gandhi Memorial Science College. It is called by this name today. Earlier it was named Prince of Wales College in Jammu. He had a senior, 1 year senior to him, who was very good in English, and there was a British professor who somehow did not like this boy's command over the language. So in one of the exams, it was rumored that he was deliberately failed by the teacher. In second attempt, he again failed, but he did not leave. In the third attempt, he topped in the university. And then he wrote an article, or we can say an essay, Failure is Surety to Success. So I'll start from here. What is failure? Failure is inability to achieve some target in first attempt. And when one fails, he gets two options. Either to try again, that is a difficult option, work harder, work differently, try again and again till you succeed. It is a difficult option. Second option is don't try, take it easy. I have failed, so let me forget. But this second option is much, much easier and does not let anyone try again. So what does it guarantee? It guarantees permanent failure. So it is a surety to non-achievement forever. Failure is painful, unacceptable. It is very discouraging, but it is a teacher. It teaches us a lot. What does it teach? What went wrong? Where it went wrong? Why we failed? How we failed? And what must be done to not to fail again? So in short, failure teaches us how not to fail again. Another term is comfort. Now, what is comfort? Everyone has a natural desire to seek safety, safe and comfortable environment, and luxuries, all the facilities, that is comfort. This safety, this safe environment keeps us relaxed. At the same time, it deprives us of the opportunity to put in efforts which can lead to success. A stable job, a stable income, these are the chains that keep us stagnant. I'll refer to it in the later part of my presentation. And same instinct keeps us from living a true life of proven potential. We don't prove our potential. We just relax. We don't try to prove our potential. In the first instance, failure looks like the end of road. But in fact, it provides us a lot of insight and an opportunity to attempt again and succeed. Whereas the comfort does not show the road, it closes the road. Comfort teaches us nothing, but makes sure that we do not realize our dreams unless they are very small. But this great man said, dreaming small is a crime. I'll give you a few examples. There is somebody who has less number of resources, less opportunities, or less access to facilities. He is not in a comfort zone, but he has a dream. He wants to achieve something. So he has urge and energy to strive because he has no other option. He has no support, he has no other resources except his urge and energy. Then another person who is very rich, who has got many resources, who has got support from every side, he also has a dream, but he may not have that urge and energy to strive for it, because he has not ventured out of the comfort zone. So in this case, the first one is likely to realize his dream. The second one is less likely to realize the dream. If we go back to history, this towering personality is a big name, Maharana Pratap, the great warrior king of Mewar, Rajasthan. It was the time of Mughal Empire, when they were expanding all over the country. This man refused to accept the dominance of the Mughal Empire, whereas many others had good treaties. They accepted the dominance of the Mughal Empire, but this man did not. So he fought many battles against the Mughals. In one of the famous battles, the Battle of Haldi Ghati, he got defeated. He had to leave everything. He was deserted in jungles and deserts along with his family. There he starved but did not yield before the Mughal Empire. During that period, he again built an army, started fighting back, and regained all his lost empire. Whereas other kings who had had treaties with the Mughal Empire, they lived in their beautiful, comfortable palaces, which are existing as beautiful now also. They did not make any impact on the history of this country. Maharana Pratap's name, even his loyal horse name, Chetak, will remain immortal for the generations to come. The names of the other kings possibly are not known to anyone. Mahatma Gandhi, father of nation. He was a shy person, born in a very comfortably living family, studied, became a barrister. As a young man, he went to South Africa to fight a legal case. There he was traveling in a train in the first class compartment. A Britisher came there, did not tolerate a non-Britisher traveling in first class. He managed to get him thrown out of the train. Falling is not important. What is important is getting up after the fall. So Gandhiji had two options: either to accept that humiliation and accept the dominance of the Britishers and travel in third class, or protest, which was a difficult deal, but he opted the second option. And when after that fall, he rose, people rose with him. And he started fighting against the Gora versus Kala war in South Africa. And then when he came to India, rest all is history. And this is what I call the great event theory of leadership. Had he not been thrown out of the train, he would not have become a leader. So this particular failure transformed him into a great leader. Failure. Now, my little experience of life. During our early career days, getting into specialization was a difficult deal. Seats used to be very limited, and entrance exam for MD or MS used to be held after not less than 3 years. So there used to be a lot of backlog, and the luckiest of the lucky used to get into post-graduation. So I had decided or accepted it as a fact कि मुझे MD की सीट नहीं मिल सकती. It's very difficult to get. So whatever I had in my career, I was satisfied with it. But a stage came when I felt that I was pushed against the wall and I had no other option but to get into some specialization. I have to do MD. Because in the health services, sometimes they used to treat me as a specialist, sometimes they used to treat me as a non-specialist. Sometimes they used to treat me as a consultant, sometimes they used to treat me as जनरल ड्यूटी मेडिकल ऑफिसर. नहीं डॉक्टर साहब आपके पास एमडी की डिग्री तो नहीं है, आपके पास डिप्लोमा है. सो आई वाज बीइंग यूज्ड एंड मिसयूज्ड लाइक अ स्टपनी ऑफ अ व्हीकल. I had already finished 14 years after MBBS, away from academics, but then I found there is no other option but to go for MD. So these tough times forced me to fight or flee stage. Fight, I opted. Started studying for MD entrance exam at the age of 37 years. My colleague is 36 and he's head of the department. I started studying at the age of 37 years. Dr. Sufia is a witness when I had come to her department as a postgraduate scholar to do some tenure posting. And after 1 year's tough studies, that was after 14 years of MBBS, God, I can say God's grace, I could clear the MD entrance exam and started doing the further studies. Because I had been a hardcore professional, teacher, researcher, and not much interested in top position. लगता था बहुत tough काम है, ये नहीं, मैं जो कर रहा हूँ खुश. I was in a comfort zone. But their motivation brought me to this place. That's why I'm standing here. No, more than 1 year is over. 15 months are getting over. During these 15 months, I have experienced many good things. Many good things. Support from everybody, particularly support from my colleagues from civil administration. Whenever there were any storms against me or against my institution, quietly I got support from our worthy Deputy Commissioner, SSP. इंटरनल काम तो मुझे ही मैनेज करने हैं, बट बाहर से जो भी कोई तूफान आया उन्होंने ही मुझे संभाला. आई एम सो थैंकफुल टू देम एंड टू ऑल माय टीम मेंबर्स. व्हेन आई केम हियर इनिशियली I had to set few agendas for myself. For 1.5 years tenure, what all I must try to achieve. I had to build up my team. I was lucky that I got very good team in hospital as well as in my college. They have been supporting me throughout. And whatever agendas I had set, they were keeping me sleepless. Mostly I used to get up at 2 or 3 in the night. जब नींद नहीं आनी उठ के बैठ जाना. And used to start writing what is to be done tomorrow. And I used to write on the notes in my mobile. ऑफिस में जाके मोबाइल के नोट्स सामने रखने और शुरू हो जाना. I have been giving tough time to my colleagues because I don't give more than 2 hours to accomplish any task. Never more than 24 hours. उनको भी अजीब लगता है कि बहुत ही पीछे लग जाता है. But I always knew मेरे पास टाइम बहुत कम है, एजेंडास बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. But again, with their support, I'm able to see the accomplishment of all the agendas which were set for us, for our college. And I'm hopeful to see the other end of the tunnel very soon. The campus is going to complete, whatever new additions had to be done, most of the things are getting accomplished. My team of sincere colleagues, they never let me down at any stage. They always kept pace with the increasing work pressures, which I keep on building on them. I'm guilty to some extent because I'm taking them out of their comfort zone. I make them work harder for the institution, but that is very fruitful for the institution. So my message for the youngsters is that one has to struggle to convert apparently impossible into possible. Here also my many efforts failed. Not that I had a very smooth walk. Many efforts failed, but we did not stop. We did not stop. Quitting this assignment was easier option than continuing here. Then again, ego. अब कैरियर की स्टेज में आके बैकआउट नहीं कर सकते, बहुत इंसल्ट होगी. But right persons in my team, I'm able to move with them in the right direction. A take-home message is, in the present age, when technology is making luxuries available and increasing paying capacities are making the luxuries accessible, there is a need to inculcate the urge and ability to put in consistent hard work among the younger generations. In many interviews on TV or radio, whenever they say, what is the message for people? I always use this sentence: don't give luxuries to your children during their formative years. I'm very blunt because it is a clash with the present attitudes. People say, if we can afford, why should not we give luxuries to our children? I simply say, don't give them luxuries. They are going to make them handicapped. Set the targets that scare you and excite you, because best views come after a hard climb only. I'm going to quote a retired Supreme Court judge's quote: जिंदगी को जीना आसान नहीं होता, जिंदगी को जीना आसान बनाना पड़ता है, कुछ सब्र करके, कुछ बर्दाश्त करके और बहुत कुछ नज़रअंदाज करके. थैंक यू.